The thought about discussing belly fat has been a subject matter that's been on my mind lately, and especially over 50. Now, we ate a certain way in our 20s and 30s, and which entailed a lot of junk food. And you certainly have to change the way you eat, especially over 50, if you want that flat tummy. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it and see, are we on the right track for the right types of food we eat while living the fasting lifestyle? Because definitely fasting helps flatten the tummy as well, but you still have to make sure when you break your fast that the food is clean. Stay tuned. This is about belly fat. We know that we all want to stay fit and lean and stay at our target weight that we set up for ourselves, but there is something here that we haven't addressed, at least not on my channel, is about belly fat. 9 times out of 10, the belly fat is where we carry a lot of our weight, and that extra fat that can change the way you look in your clothes, as well as how you feel and how things are fitting, and just overall feeling happiness of knowing that you are making gains when you're working on your weight loss. Now that I'm over 50, I found that there are certain things that can contribute to the belly fat that I would sometimes accumulate. It could happen at any given day or any given week. So stomach issues have always been a thing for me. I have a little bit of colitis, which is inflammation of the colon. It's been quite a battle. I changed my life by living the fasting lifestyle to attack the stomach issues that I've been having. There's also been a hormone issue as well. In my 40s, I had a hysterectomy, and that sped up the process of being menopausal and having those symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats especially. That to me was just living in misery. Occasionally I do have my episodes, which right now I'm having hot flashes off and on, and it seemed to subside after about a month, but I'm still getting it right now. Nevertheless, I know the more that I fast, I have less of these issues. So back in my 20s, I had the initial first experience of weight gain. It was probably around 27, 28 years old. What was my diet? My diet was straight junk. I ate junk. I ate out all the time, probably about 5 days a week. I would go out with my friends, I meet them out, or I was dating, so you were always around food. And so I was eating a lot of high sugar, high carbs type of food, you know, cheeseburgers, which I still eat, but I eat clean burgers versus what I was getting, say, like at this place called Tommy Burgers. I used to go there back in California, and this is usually after you've been clubbing all night, and we would pick up Tommy Burgers, which was chili on top of the burger. So you can imagine what that was. And then we would get chili fries. So pretty crazy. But at the time, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not really gaining much weight, but I did start to notice that my pants were fitting tighter. And I realized that my metabolism was slowing down tremendously. Fast forward a couple of years, I was getting desperate about losing weight. And I started doing diet pills. I was getting it over the counter. There was times I was going to an actual doctor and getting those diet pills, which was a no-go in long-term basis, but I did it off and on for a couple of years in my 30s. I still continued to eat the wrong foods. I also was starving myself. I was doing one extreme to the other. I said, okay, I'm gonna just not eat today. But I wasn't doing the right way as we are now with the fasting lifestyle. I wasn't properly taking my vitamins. I wasn't sleeping. In my 40s, I did a lot of workouts. So I was doing hot yoga. I was doing hot Pilates, which I still do. Running like crazy. So I was running 5-6 miles a day. I thought exercise is the only way I'm going to keep the weight down and to keep the belly fat down. What I was doing is upping my cortisol levels with the extreme pounding and high aggressive workouts. The weight started to pack on again. Also, the hysterectomy didn't help the situation. And then I found out about that colitis. So these were things that I knew that I had to really take accountability for myself and figure out what is better at this age now that I am to work through it. And so these are some of the things that I incorporated into my diet and things that I'm not doing anymore and things that I'm doing now. So the foods I eat are fish, less red meat. Even though I love red meat, I'm eating less because I find that eating it maybe once or twice a week is about the level I should be at, and sometimes skip a week. I find that that seems to work well for me, and not necessarily because, you know, you might be picking up hormones from the meat, that whatever they're pumping into the cattle is affecting me and how I'm living. So I would tend to get bloated if I eat like basically a low grade meat. And so that's why I eat at home, so I can figure that out. But even if you're going to the grocery store, you have to look very closely at what kind of meats that you're getting. Basically, it won't ruin the diet and the path that you were on to get the belly fat in the first place. Vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. Can't stress it enough. Vegetables are everything, and that works for me. Also makes a difference. If I don't have vegetables in a day, I notice that I do have a little puffy little stomach thing going on. I noticed that because I'm probably substituting the food with foods that have a lot of sodium in it. So the other day I did have some Thai food, and what happened? Blew up around the waist. Yes, I did. Basically gained 2 to 3 pounds in one night. And so that pissed me off. It really did. Because all the work I've been doing all week to keep everything in check, and it gets ruined in one evening of eating out. You really have to be mindful of what you're trying to do and what is the path that you're taking. I do eat sourdough bread, and I find that if you have a high quality sourdough bread, which I get from Trader Joe's, it does not affect in my pant size or, again, in the belly. That's one thing you can look into, but if you're eating different types of breads, you shouldn't even do it. You should cut it out of your diet, at least temporarily. These kind of carbs are not necessarily good to help with that flattening the belly. Now, you can do all the exercises you want. I do a lot of crunches, you know. You can do all that, but all you're doing is building muscle underneath the fat. Just got 2 layers here, and now what's going on? You're now gone up in inches in your waist size. It's about the food. 80% of your regimen is about what you're putting into your system that is going to affect how your belly looks and how flat it can get. So if you cut out these things like I'm doing, so right now I'm going on a sugar cleanse. That's the other thing. No sugar. You can't have sugar. At least just not right now. Temporarily you can't have sugar because that is a direct enemy of the belly. I was eating tons of chocolate, but also I found myself starting to eat cookies, ginger snaps, these things that my partner brought home, and I end up binging. Again, if it's in the house, I'm going to binge. So I know this about myself, and you really just have to take that into consideration of what the goal is and stop the insanity and don't pick it up when you're shopping. No sugar definitely would help, guys. Other things that I'm eating is I'm still eating some almonds, but I have kind of stepped back from the seeds lately. I read something about almonds and I got a little spooked about it, about the pesticides and how much is really on the almonds and other nuts. So I'm being careful about that, not eating it every day like I used to as my snack. Tortilla chips, I'm being very careful about that as well. These are things that have flour in it. So anything white, you have to think about white flour, white sugar, white rice. Take a break from those things and you'll see the difference, your look and how you feel. So I've said this in other videos and in my past videos about one of the habits that changed my life about my fasting lifestyle is eating at home. You have to cook at home. You have to, that's the only way you're gonna have a clean diet. You choose what ingredients are going in. As long as you know that you're going out and you make an exception for that one day, that's great. It's just when we go overboard and we start doing it multiple times a week, it's not gonna work for what you're trying to accomplish. So at the end of the day, it's about eating less, and fasting just works. That's what it is. Fasting lifestyle is all about creating the look that you want, the weight that you are trying to be at, and targeting it properly by fasting. The question for you guys, are you implementing healthy habits to help with the belly fat? And are there certain things that you're focusing on your body that you want to work off? The belly obviously is the main reason for this video. I always love to hear your feedback, so please do check out more videos in my playlist, and if you're interested, please do subscribe. And I'd love to get a thumbs up if you like to see more videos that are pertaining to weight, fitness, and health over 50. For those of you that are younger than me, it works for you too. Don't forget, caregiving begins with you, and thanks for watching. Bye.